I want to sound like a native speaker. I need to speak more naturally. I wish I could understand natives when they speak fast. I want to reach upper intermediate level. I want to reach advanced level. I have to improve my listening skills in English. If any of these sound like you, as they do most of my English students, then today's lesson might just help you reach those goals. Today, we're going to be looking at improving the way you study and how you set your English language learning goals. Yes, today we will be learning SMART English learning goals. And when I use the word SMART, I'm not using it as an adjective, but as an acronym. An acronym is when a word is formed by the first word of each letter in a phrase. In this case, S.M.A.R.T, SMART. So if you want to learn more about this acronym and how it's going to help you improve your English language learning skills and help you achieve your English language learning goals, then keep watching. This is going to be a very useful lesson. So whether you are studying English on your own or even with a teacher, with an online language school, or indeed even if you're studying in the UK, setting SMART goals is going to help you achieve what you want to in English in the most efficient way possible. One of the main problems language students have is keeping their motivation, maintaining that motivation, and actually knowing how to go about studying English. Even for me, studying Italian, I find it very difficult to set myself targets and actually maintain my motivation. Now, by setting SMART goals, you're going to help yourself stay motivated, stay focused, and adapt. There's a certain amount of flexibility with SMART goals too. Now, I don't want to just teach you about SMART goals, I want to show you all about SMART goals. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, loveenglish.uk, you'll be able to see what some of my SMART goals are when it comes to learning Italian. Yes, my husband's Italian and he frequently complains about my very poor language level. So I'm going to be setting myself some SMART goals to help me learn Italian. I want you to do the same in English. Once I have explained what SMART stands for, I would like you to comment below or indeed find me on Instagram and tell me what your SMART goals are. And there, over the next 1 month, let's work together to see if we can actually achieve some of these English language goals. Or Italian. Now, although I am referring to SMART goals in this case, in terms of studying and education, learning a language, you can actually use SMART goals in many different situations, whether that is professional, business, academic, kind of what we're doing now, or indeed personal. Perhaps you've got a fitness goal that you want to achieve. SMART goals will help you achieve all of these different types of goals in the fastest, most efficient way possible. So what does SMART mean? What does this acronym actually refer to? Well, let's take a look. Let's start with S, of course. S stands for specific. Specific goals. Make sure your goals are focused and not too broad. This, again, is a problem that many of my students have. I want to sound like a native English speaker. I want to improve my listening skills, my speaking skills. These are not specific goals at all, which means it's a lot harder to achieve them, to reach those goals. So by focusing your goal, let's say speaking, I want to be able to speak about travel and tourism for 3 minutes without stopping. There we've got a very specific goal. Or when it comes to pronunciation, I want to work on the pronunciation of think, so that I sound a little bit more natural when I speak. So by focusing and specifying what your goals are, you're going to make them more achievable. So when it comes to English, what do you want to achieve? Speaking? Improve your listening. Right, now focus that down. What specifically about speaking do you want to achieve? Do you want to be able to speak faster? Do you want to be able to add more contractions to practice these when you speak? Or perhaps it's your intonation that you want to improve so that you sound a little bit more like a native speaker when you talk. Let's specify those speaking, listening, reading, writing goals and comment below to let me know. If I don't think they are specific enough, I will make some recommendations. So there we have it, a specific goal. And of course, once you've achieved these goals, you can add more. You can think of other aspects of speaking, listening, reading, writing that you want to achieve and create a new goal. Now, M. M stands for measurable. Measurable. You want to be able to measure your achievements. This, in turn, will help you feel more motivated. When you feel like you're actually achieving something, when you're able to measure the success you're having with your goal, whether you're getting closer to it, you tend to feel more motivated. When you're succeeding, you feel more positive, and therefore it should give you that incentive and that motivation to continue with your studies and continue learning. So how can we measure our English language learning? How can we measure a language that we're studying to see whether we're actually improving? Well, there are lots of different ways to do this. When it comes to speaking, you can, of course, record your voice, and perhaps doing this at regular intervals during the period that you are studying towards this goal. Then you can actually put them together and see the progress you are making. If you want to be able to talk about travel and tourism for 2 minutes, start by seeing how much you can do at first. And then as you study, as you build your vocabulary around this topic and practice, you can record yourself to then play back all of the recordings and see your progress. Of course, when it comes to learning things like vocabulary, you can actually use numbers, metrics. So you can say, I want to know 20 new words by the end of this week, all focused on travel and tourism, or I want to learn 10 new English idioms a day. By testing yourself and actually seeing at the end of the week if you have remembered all the idioms that you have learnt, and of course if you are then able to produce them in a context, maybe writing them up in a little paragraph, then you will be able to measure as to whether you have actually learnt those idioms, words, phrases, whatever it might be. And of course, if you do have an English teacher or a native speaking friend, they'll be able to tell you whether they are noticing an improvement in your English. Getting positive feedback like that is really going to help you boost your confidence and motivate you. So making sure that you set a measurable goal. When it comes to our personal life, things like losing weight, health and fitness, we'd set goals like being able to run 5K in what's realistic? 20 minutes, I don't know, I don't run. Or losing 10 pounds. That gives us such an incentive, particularly as we're reaching that goal and getting closer and closer to our target. So measurable, specific, measurable. Now A, what does A stand for? There's two possibilities here, actionable or achievable. Actionable or achievable. So what we're looking at here is the actions that we're taking to reach our main goal. Essentially, we can be breaking the main goal up into sub-goals. That often works very well. So in my case, I'm creating sub-goals to improve my vocabulary range when it comes to Italian. I want to learn 10 new verbs this week in Italian, but I'm being a little bit ambitious. Once I've learnt those 10 verbs, I then want to move it up a stage, and I want to be able to use those verbs in different tenses, or at least know the present, past, future, present continuous form of those verbs. So for the same reason, I want you to make actionable goals. Create some sub-goals that will help you achieve your main goal. Making sense? Okay, moving on to R. Relevant. Relevant. Now for me, I don't need to learn business Italian. I'm not working in a business environment. Why do I want to learn Italian? Why do I want to speak it? Essentially, to be able to speak with my husband, particularly speak with my husband's friends and family. So for me, just a basic understanding of Italian, the main verbs, main phrases that I can use daily, going to the shops, having a very simple conversation. So for you, why are you learning English? What do you want English for? Are you looking to travel? Do you want to improve your job prospects? Then decide what you need for that goal. So if you are looking to improve your job prospects, maybe get a job where you're speaking in English, then you would be looking perhaps at working on interview skills in English, or indeed maybe more formal communication in English. So you might want to look at improving your formal vocabulary range rather than worrying too much about idioms and slang. Make your goal relevant to your needs, what you need English for. By doing this, it means that you're just not wasting your time. Of course, you can learn some slang words or expressions in English, but really you want to focus on why you need English and what you want to use it for. You're not wasting time and you're pursuing a very clear goal. So finally, very important, and again, this keeps us motivated, and for me, it's certainly one that I will struggle with. Time-bound. Time-bound. In order to achieve your goal, you don't want to be achieving it over a year, depending on what the goal is, but you want to set yourself a very clear time frame. So for me, this week, I want to learn 10 new verbs. Now, I've specified this week because next week I can set myself another goal. I may say that over a period of 3 months, I want to be able to speak and have a basic conversation in Italian. But these sub-goals that I set myself weekly will help me achieve that, and also a time frame to keep me motivated, to keep me working towards my sub-goals and my main overall goal. Now, with SMART goals, it's also important to remember to take a step back. You don't want to be involved in the action, pursuing those goals constantly. Every few days, every week, take a step back and evaluate what you are achieving. Check your progress and the way you are actually going about studying. Revise your goals if and when you need to. It is important to be flexible. If you think that your needs have changed, perhaps you've got a job interview, you might just want to focus specifically on business English or the English related to the job that you are going for. You don't have to keep pursuing a goal if it becomes less relevant or important. Make sure you step back, evaluate, and revise your goals on a regular basis. So, although I may not have taught you any English in this lesson, hopefully I have taught you a great way to help improve your learning skills. And again, I would love you to join me on Instagram to follow me and see how I am doing with my SMART goals when it comes to learning Italian. And of course, if you are Italian, you can help me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget there are plenty more lessons to watch. And of course, this weekend we've got 2 new lessons to come. Take care. Bye.